just be nice to yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Like, we're our own worst enemies, and I think it's important to catch yourself when you're talking like bad to yourself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all go to bed with our own brain, and it's like you want to make that brain a nice place to be.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of the Mental Wellness Show, the show where we talk about mental health, positivity, and have some fun in between. So, welcome today, Tyler Broha. My guest today, Tyler. I'll introduce you, man. So, you are somewhat of a TikTok star, little bit of a social media star.
I am.
Do you want to kind of dive into that?
Yes. So it started out on YouTube. In junior high, I had a Sims Let's Play channel, and which is crazy. I was like 14 or 15. Like, I don't know. I never really watched 14 or 15-year-olds play Let's Plays. It was weird. But it was a Sims Let's Play channel. And I got like 3,000 subscribers there. So like growing up, I knew like it was something I wanted to do. And
that's a lot too when you're like 14 or 15.
No,
right?
It's a lot. But at the time, I didn't realize it. Because at the time, I feel like mental health wasn't a super big conversation as it is now.
Right.
And so then I kind of faded away from The Sims and video games just for that time being, and went into high school, and that's when I started to explore kind of like who I was as a person. And then senior year hit, and TikTok came out and started blowing up. And I was like, I'm never gonna have a TikTok. Like, it's so weird. Like, why would people do that? And then it started out as a joke. They always start out as a joke, and then you become addicted.
Right.
But yeah, so I got my following there because I had a relationship where the person I was dating had a good following as well, and we would make videos together on my channel. And I actually had 3 videos go viral all at once, over 1 million views. I think one of them got like 4 million, and then the others all got above 1 million. And so yeah, my following came from there, and it was a crazy ride. But I ended up quitting. We'll get into that, obviously, I'm sure. But
what were the videos that popped off?
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember. They were like weird trend sounds. Like, they were actually the videos I thought were not going to do good. I was like, none of these videos are going to do good. They were just trends about like my relationship at the time. And I think it was just like kind of poking fun at our relationship and just like that. And I think people related to it. Or I don't know.
You had some videos with Alex, your twin brother,
yes,
right?
Yes. People are really interested in those. Those ones always blow up. I do have a twin. He's not as much into social media, but he does do some like car stuff on the side. And yeah, it's a really interesting ride. So yeah. But since then, I've quit TikTok, and it's kind of something I go back to when I'm bored, or like if it was really nice the other day. I went live and I had like 200 people join right away, and all the comments were like so sweet. They're like, "We missed you. I missed your lives." But then there's like a lot of negative to it too, where it's like people were saying some mean things to me, and I didn't know why, because it was like I'm just trying to show like my friends and like my life, and they'd be like, "Oh, you look like James Charles," which okay, I kind of see, but yeah, I got really mean, and then it became about like my sexuality, and yeah.
How did it feel when you went from being on TikTok constantly posting to then quitting it and taking a break from it?
Yeah, so I think the biggest reason I quit was because I actually quit only like 3 months ago.
Oh, wow.
It was a very recent decision, yeah. It was post-relationship. We had gone through like a breakup or whatever, and it was just something that I wasn't as passionate about, honestly. And it was really affecting my mental health. And obviously there's a lot of positive things that have come with what I had, but there's also a lot of negative. And I think like you don't have to have a big following for like one comment to just throw off your whole day. I heard this the mic. I heard this interesting thing the other day where it's like oh shoot, now I'm blanking. What was it?
If you guys are enjoying this video, if you guys love Tyler, please like the video. Please subscribe if you guys want to stay to see more. If you're listening, write a review, please, on Apple Podcasts. I don't know if any of them other ones do it. And then if you guys want to check out the Instagram at The Mental Wellness Show, we have lots of cool content on there too. And thank you guys. No. You're talking about it doesn't take one comment to like kind of ruin your day about
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah. So the saying was, if you're at a job, for example, your boss could come in and be like, "Hey, like you did so good at this one thing, but if you could improve on something, this is what you should improve on." And our brains will like focus on that one
Right.
thing you can improve on, rather than like the 3 positive things he just said you did really good on.
Right.
And so that's how it was,
Right.
unfortunately.
And that's what and Spencer, we talked about in the last video. It's like we I'm doing the blank thing too now. We are so critical about ourselves, right?
Very,
so
like our own worst critics. Yeah.
there are so many good things about all of us individually, and we tend to admire people more than, of course, we admire ourselves, because that's just like how human nature is, I guess. We want to focus on improving ourselves and bettering ourselves. So like you just mentioned, like you just want to hone down on what do I need to fix, what is wrong, right? Instead of really taking the time to admire what I did right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
I would spend hours just looking at one, like maybe 10-second video, analyzing every piece of it that like in reality no one's gonna see. They're just gonna like swipe, double tap, and like keep going. But like in my head it's like it has to be perfect.
Right.
And it was too much. I couldn't do it. I guess like I kind of saw myself as like a perfectionist, and it was a lot.
I think being a perfectionist is it has its strong suits, and it also has its not so strong suits. And something I learned is when you're working on a project or anything, just getting it out there and then tweaking it as it goes. So like not trying to be a perfectionist, spending so much time on like one post, instead like blinking you know, put it out there, and then it kind of applies more to my business, what I was doing there, but I feel like it's kind of the same thing. It's like just put it out there and tweak things as they go, versus being indecisive and being so critical on one little piece, I guess.
And it's interesting because after I've quit now, it's like when I was and had that following, and I still do, and I'm like very grateful for it, like, and I still like will post fan edits and stuff, but I don't care as much about numbers, you know? I feel like everyone on social media is like, oh, it doesn't numbers don't matter, like but like in reality, in their head, they kind of do care, because it's like, if your numbers are low, no one's watching it, and it's like you're not like getting any messages out there. It's like a lot of pressure. And so ever since I've quit, I've found that, especially on my Instagram, I'm starting now to just post whatever I want. It's like your own account. You shouldn't feel pressured to post for other people, you know? And so I'm trying to just like not be so critical and analytical about what I post on my stories or my grids, whatever. And so I think that's something we kind of lose track of. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, I don't know about you or anyone else watching, but when I scroll on Instagram, I don't zoom in on every single photo I see. I just double tap, read the caption, and scroll. You know? But yeah, so it's helped me in that way too, I guess. But
that's good. So now that you're kind of less, would you say you're less on social media now than you were?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I was posting like 3 times a day.
Okay, so is there anything that you're more turning towards now in your life, that you're kind of focusing on, passion?
Yeah, I think my career. I think I have found like what I want to do, and that has kind of come out of all this as well. Like I know exactly what I want to do after college. When I graduate, I'm graduating in like 4 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I know. But yeah, I think all of that has contributed to my mental health. And like really knowing where you want to go and having purpose every day and like motivation. I didn't have that before. That TikTok was like my purpose and motivation. And now I have like this career and like this life I want to go towards, you know? And social media is not it. Like it's not what I want. I want like a family, and I want like the more little memorable memories, you know what I mean?
And we were talking about this just a little bit before, but we go through so many changes, like especially at the age we're at, like high school to young adult, young 20s, older 20s. You're going through so many changes of like, you're trying to figure out what you want to do in life. And you made a great point about like, you want to have purpose. You want to feel purposeful and meaningful and have motivation to work on what you're going towards. So it's good to hear that you've found that, you know? And it's hard to find, and that's okay. Like that's what life's all about, is trying things out. Like you tried out social media, you liked it at first, and it turned into something really not so good for your mental health. So you kind of stepped out of it and now you're finding something else. And,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about. It's like experiencing life and diving into these new things, you know?
Yeah, no, and going back on what you said, like just changing a lot, like I think you and I will both agree we're not the same people we were in high school. And
For sure.
even just like a year ago, like I'm a completely different person, you know? It's like so much can happen in a year. And I have this talk with Spencer and Grace and Jake, and we can't even talk about the people we went to high school with, or like, you know, because it's been 4 years. We've all changed so much. And I think that's really interesting. You know, people are always changing, and that's okay, you know?
Right.
And I think out of my worst mental health moments, that's when I grew the most. And I changed the most because it really forced me to self-reflect on things that other people were maybe affected them and I didn't realize, you know, like the way I talked to people or the way I said things or that kind of stuff.
Right. I'm reflecting back now on my high school self,
Right.
and I think it also has to do with like the people kind of you're around and the whole environment.
Oh, definitely.
But it's a great point about how you mentioned like when you're kind of at your lowest points, it's then that when you come out of them, you learn a lot, you experience a lot, and you get up there, you know?
It's crazy. When I was at my lowest point, that was like around the breakup time. And when I was like, is social media something I really want to do? That's when I met Spencer, and we just clicked instantly. And it's like, I'm so thankful for my friends. My lowest mental health boosted all my relationships. And it was really nice to see people be there for me. And it's like, I think it's important to remember there's always someone who wants to listen, you know what I mean? And yeah. It's just that was an interesting journey for sure.
For sure. And it's ongoing too, you know? But something is, a point I want to make is when you are true to yourself and just genuine person, you attract people that are going to be like that. And I think that's why you found like Spencer and
so
Grace
too.
and these people in your life that you love and get along with so well.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy. I cherish every second I have with them. Every second. Because I know what it's like to lose someone, you know, you really love. And it's like I've had friendships change and come in and out for good and bad. And I think it's really taught me just to love the little things. And I think that's something they've taught me. Because the social media did go to my head. It did, absolutely. And I kind of needed a couple reality checks. And I had them. But yeah, I don't know. I think some people are just so focused on numbers and all the time. I've actually started doing the hide the like counts on Instagram because it's drives me crazy. And it's like, I don't think anyone else cares. So it's like, why should I care? You know?
Right.
It's like, again, going back to, I just want to post. It's my account. I should be able to post like what I want.
Right.
So and not have to worry about, you know?
Right. I feel the same way about Instagram. I don't post on my personal a lot, but when I do, it's just like, I'll just be feeling whatever. And I'll want to throw something out there just for fun.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
But at the same time, I do catch myself sitting there, be like, this didn't get any likes in the first like
over analyzing or
overthinking
it,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So that's definitely something I share with you there.
Yeah. Something I really struggle with is overthinking. Do you?
Yes. I can't think of any specific examples now, but I definitely I do. I catch myself all the time working on the podcast and the social media involved with the podcast.
Yeah.
Overthinking little things. I'm like, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
you know?
right. And I think a lot of like decisions I make or even things I'm going to say to people, like honestly, before I came here last night, I think I was up probably till midnight or 12:30. Like, okay, what should I say? Like, how can I make this easy for him? Like, what can I say?
Right.
And I just like overanalyze it.
Right.
And I'm like,
oh my God.
It drives me crazy. It really does.
It's a good point. And I think about this too. I laugh about it. Like when you go up to greet someone, like when I went up to greet Tyler, I'd be thinking beforehand, like, should I handshake? Should I hug?
Oh, me too. I was thinking the same thing.
And it really doesn't serve us as people.
No.
But
it drives us crazy.
It's something so hard to control. But I think it takes just practice of like telling yourself those things don't matter.
Yeah.
It's all good. Everyone is thinking what you're thinking. Everyone's worried about themselves.
Yeah.
So it's just this common thing. And it's just, like I said, that daily practice of like talking yourself up and getting yourself out of that.
Yeah. Like positive affirmations and just like, I have a mirror. Well, it's an old mirror, but I would write on it with Expo marker. and it was all covered. Every day I'd write one new thing, and before I would go out to school, obviously I would like look in it, and yeah, it was really interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it helped a lot. It sounds weird, but it does help a lot. I don't know. It's a good foundation, you know, to just talk nice to yourself.
Right.
I don't know.
For sure. Were you going to say something more?
No.
Okay.
I just think it's yeah, no. Not really.
Okay. Let's go into our first segment of Max's Sizzling
Let's
questions.
do it. Let's do it.
After I take a sip of the tea.
Yeah, no, me too.
All right.
I suck at trivia, but I
You know
think I
what?
can do good.
Let me tell you something, okay? Everyone who's come on, I think, has said that.
Oh, really?
And they all have done good.
Oh, okay.
So don't give yourself a hard time here.
All right.
Let's see. So
Oh gosh.
we have 3 rounds of Max's Sizzling questions. 6 questions each round. There's 2 champions right now. Spencer and Jack. Okay, they're both 12 for 18.
Okay.
12 questions right, 6 questions wrong. So to become the champion, you must get 13. Or if you want to join them, you get 12.
Okay.
Okay?
Ooh. Okay. Ooh.
All right. Are you ready, Tyler?
I'm not, but let's do it.
All right. Okay, here we go. Let me mix them
Okay.
up. Let's get a good one on top. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm all good. I'm like, am I forgetting something? The fire's on. Okay, we're good.
Cool.
All right. Is the Statue of Liberty or the Space Needle taller?
Statue of Liberty. Maybe?
Are there more? And I'll after it, y'all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are there more or less than 2,500 calories in an Outback bloomin' onion? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's got to be more. More than.
Does Starbucks serve alcohol at any of their stores?
Alcohol?
Yes.
My gut says no, but I feel like maybe yes. I'm going to go with yes.
Okay.
I feel like yes. That's a
Okay.
crazy question. I feel like yes.
Have there been more or less than 50 U.S. presidents?
Oh my god, you're going to make me feel so stupid. I think there's been more, right? Or... My final answer is going to be more.
Okay.
No, less.
Less? More or less?
No, I'm going to go less.
Okay. Which came first, peanut butter or chocolate? As in, which one was founded first, like people started eating it?
I feel like peanut butter.
Peanut butter?
Yeah, I'm going to go with peanut butter.
In what decade did the first Chuck E. Cheese open up?
Chuck E. Cheese. Okay. Maybe the 1960s. Maybe?
Okay.
1960s.
All right. That
Yeah.
was 6 questions. Let's go over the answers.
Oh god. This is gonna be bad.
Out of any of those, were you confident? Or were they all pretty...
Pretty wishy-washy on all of
Okay.
them. Maybe, yeah, no, I wasn't confident.
All right, let's review the answers. So, is the Statue of Liberty or the Space Needle taller? You said the Statue of Liberty?
Yes.
The Statue of Liberty is 305 feet tall.
Okay.
The Space Needle is 605 feet tall.
No way. I've
Yeah.
never been to New York or anywhere. So.
Yes. My brother just went to New York and they saw the Statue of Liberty and they said it was okay.
Oh,
It was cool.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, it is crazy. It's almost double. So that's one
Okay.
wrong. Are there more or less than 2,500 calories in an Outback bloomin' onion? You said more. According to fastfoodnutrition.org, there is 1,950. Close for the dice.
That's okay.
In what decade did the first Chuck E. Cheese open up? This one was tough because you guess exact. You said the 1960s. It was the 1970s.
Oh, so close. So close.
So close. Does Starbucks serve alcohol at any of their stores? You said yes. That is correct.
Oh, I knew it. I was like, that's such a weird question. It's got to be yes.
And I think they're in Seattle.
No way. Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Bizjournals.com is my source here if anyone wants to check into that.
Oh,
So that's correct. Good job. Have there been more or less than 50 U.S. presidents? You said... What was the final answer?
Less?
The cameras will know. We'll go with less. That is correct.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, Biden is the 46th.
Okay, cool. I was like, wait. Second guessed on myself.
I think you did say less in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which came first, peanut butter or chocolate? So I didn't even have a source here. Peanut butter, apparently in 1895.
Okay.
Chocolate is in 1847.
Oh.
Yes,
Close,
sir.
kind of to each
yeah,
other.
kind of close. Anyways,
Oh.
2 for 6. That's not bad. You have 2 more rounds to redeem yourself
Okay.
there.
I can do that.
And it's such a weird question. Was chocolate or which one came first? Peanut butter or chocolate? I don't know. It's like you don't really invent either of those. They're just kind of out there.
Yeah.
I guess peanut butter you make, but anyways, good job. Not bad on the first round. You will be able to redeem yourself on the other 2.
6. That's better than I thought I'd do.
All right, another sip of tea, real quick.
I'm gonna get my Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna dive into. So let's kind of, you touched on this a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's kind of go into the behind the scenes of social media, because it's like what we see, like what everyone sees on your page is just like fun, it's cheerful and all that, but cringy to some maybe.
To me now.
But behind the scenes while you were doing it, what was going on? Like, especially in terms of like people commenting and all that stuff, like how was that for you in the beginning and as you got a bigger following?
I remember when I was going viral. It's a feeling, it's happening. And that's when I first started realizing mental health. It was like a thing for me, I guess. Because I had never really thought about mental health until my social media following, because it started to affect me. And I remember I was sitting in my room, and every time I would refresh my page, like seconds after, I just go like and refresh, my video would jump up like thousands of views. And that's when I knew, I was like, okay, it's going. And I remember I was so anxious. I remember I was questioning, I was texting all my friends, and I was like, shoot, like I think I'm going viral. Like,
so
should I delete the video? I second guessed myself. I was like, should I just delete it? And I was like, people are starting to comment. Like I'm so anxious, because I was like, what are people saying? To be fair, most of the comments were nice, but yeah, there's a good handful of negative comments that come with whatever I was posting, because people always have something to say about someone else's relationship or someone else's friends or what they're dealing with. So, but I remember it was anxiety driven. And for the next, as I was growing, that feeling lasted probably about a week. And I never really found a way to cope with it, honestly. I was just like constantly texting my friends being like, okay, wait, am I overthinking this? Or like, should I leave it, delete it? And and then I guess it kind of settled in. But something that never settles and still hasn't is like my following. It really feels like I have 20 followers. But then I realized, I'm like, shoot, 200,000 followers is like a lot of people to put in a room. And so Grace and Spencer remind me of that a lot. Because, I don't know, to me it feels like I have 20 people and like people don't care, but it's like they do. And that's a feeling you never get used to. Very grateful for it though.
Did it feel good, like as you were going viral?
Yeah. Obviously it helped. It has helped and not helped my mental health. In ways that it's helped, I'd say it's really made me more confident in myself. And it was something that I was like, I want to do this. I can do this. And I did it. And now that I did it, it's like, okay, what's the next thing? And I think I see a lot of me and you on like this show. And I think that's why I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel like, this is like the first time I've done something like this in a while, like make content.
Oh, yeah,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
So how does it feel kind of getting back onto like the cameras, I guess?
Gonna be honest, I love it.
Okay.
I really like it. But again, there's so many pros and cons that come with that. And I think it's all about managing it.
So let me ask a follow-up. So would you get back into social media if you were more true to your, like, and just posting, like you mentioned how you are now kind of on Instagram posting whatever you want and not really worrying about what other people think or doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Would you ever get back into posting more on like TikTok and being that same mindset?
Yes, I think I would. I think maybe there is a day, but it's a lot to consider because now I'm going into like the workforce. Like I want to have my own place and stuff like that. But I have to think about that too. I have to think about like how my videos reflect who I am and like my chances of being hired or something. So I think that's maybe why I've put a pause on it for a while.
Right.
But it is something like I just posted a video a couple days ago with my twin.
Okay.
And it did good. And so it's nice seeing like I still have the support there and stuff.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. No, but it's funny because you mentioned how like you can't really be in just like a quiet room because you'll just start to overthink things. it's just funny how we get in our heads like that.
It's crazy, yeah.
Because like a couple hours before the show, I was driving to go pick up Chipotle. I had Chipotle for lunch.
As one does.
Love Chipotle.
Yeah, love it.
And I was driving. I'm like, I don't know what my thought process was at the time, but whatever I said, it totally made me feel so relaxed and good. And I'm just like, I didn't worry anymore and all this stuff. And I think it's awesome that though we do like overthink and negative thoughts a lot happen in our head, we can also change that and make it more positive stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And
I think the hardest thing to do is catch yourself when you're in the middle of that like negative talk and you're like, okay, like that doesn't make sense. Or like maybe I'm being unnecessarily harsh on myself, you know? I catch myself doing the same thing.
And also related to that exactly is taking deep breaths. When you catch yourself stressing out or whatever, and then you just take a deep breath, that helps a lot. It helps me a lot.
No, it does.
Because it resets things, and then you start to think positively or whatever, and get yourself out of that negative thoughts that you were doing.
And I think that's something I've had to really work on is like, I kind of had a bad tone with people or something along those lines. I don't know how to explain it, but in those moments I had to like take a deep breath and be like, okay, like this moment isn't probably that serious. And then it's like, it changes the outcome of everything too. Like how you talk to people, how you treat people. And I think just taking a deep breath and relaxing, it can really make something better.
Right. I did that at dinner just last night. Like I think I'm the type of person where I do better in smaller groups, as in like one-on-one.
Me too.
So I had dinner with my family last night, and it was 5 people, and we're all really close. But still, I find myself being quiet and just thinking in my head while everyone else is having a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's not even that I'm like feeling low or anything. It's just like I don't know. I do well just listening and thinking and all that. But then I caught myself. I'm like, I kind of just took a deep breath. I'm like, this is all good. Like, because I also did wonder if I'm like, I also overthink, and I'm like, do they think I'm being rude or quiet or sad or whatever? Yeah. But I'm like, it's all good. I'm just let me be me, and everything will be fine. But
yeah, I think that's something that has come out of COVID is like groups and being able to socialize and meet new people. And I think that's a skill a lot of people have had to work on, me included. Like, I don't know. I feel like I didn't really know how to not necessarily introduce myself, but just like expand my... Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well,
like in large groups, I would kind of shut down. And now I feel like I've kind of figured out like the art of communicating or like hosting, you know?
Well, especially out of for me, so I did not go to college, but when I came out of high school, I did not realize how hard it was to then meet new people. Because when you're in high school, you're with tons of people your age, hundreds of people your age.
That you've known forever.
Yes, and then when you get out of there, and you want to meet new people, it's like, you don't really, I didn't really know what to do.
Right.
Because I didn't have this daily thing where I went to high school and I could talk to people my age and all this stuff. So that was a big transition for me, was trying to, like meeting new people was so hard. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with this thought. I honestly don't.
That's okay. That's okay. It's still a good point though. I think it's really interesting, like just the whole conversating skill. And
I think we get in over our head on that too.
Oh yeah,
we
absolutely.
Overthink about that
Thinking
stuff
what you're going to say next, or like what you could say, or like overthinking past conversations, even like, oh, I should have said that, or oh, did that offend like someone, or did it come across the wrong way?
Right.
I feel like that's where I catch myself a lot.
Right, and I wish there was a switch in our brain where we could just turn that off.
No, I know.
Because it would make life so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Cool.
Glad we agree.
Awesome. Okay, I love that. Let's jump into our second segment of Max's Sizzling questions.
Let's do it.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Game on. Game on. Fire on.
Lots of pressure.
Okay. Okay. Let's see this one. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. When did the social media app Instagram first launch? And there's 3 years I'm going to give you.
Okay.
2008, 2010, or 2012?
2008 is my answer, yeah.
Okay. Name at least 4 types of berries.
Okay, raspberry, strawberry, Blueberry. Does that count? That's one, yeah. Berries.
Go through the
Wow.
alphabet. Go through the alphabet.
I said blueberry.
Mhm.
Dingleberry.
Dingleberry?
Is that one? I don't know.
Hold on.
Or is that
I'm going
the
to do a
neighbor
quick
from
Google search.
Fairly
I
Odd?
think that this might be a Dingleberry. Wait.
I feel like there's a really obvious one I'm missing.
Dingleberry. Wait.
Is there one there's like an obvious one, right?
That's just a foolish or inept person.
Oh.
Dingleberry.
Okay.
I guess it's an actual
So
word.
not that one.
Not an actual
I honestly don't eat a lot of berries, so that's probably why I don't know.
I'm going to give you 20 more seconds.
Oh no.
You said strawberry, you said blueberry, you said raspberry. Uno mas.
Is it really obvious? I'm missing an obvious
It's
one.
not.
I
Those
feel.
three, well, yes, I would say there is an obvious one that I just thought of that I did not write on here. Raspberry, strawberry, blueberry.
Blackberry.
Yes.
Blackberry.
Yes.
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 Yes. I was like, I'm thinking like, what can I buy in the container at the
Yes.
store? Blackberries.
And that's the one that I was saying was obvious.
Yeah, there it is.
There's also goji berries,
Okay.
acai, cranberries. is also
Cranberries is a good one.
Gooseberries, elderberries, some that I had no idea about. But good job.
That one was tough.
According to NPR.org, what decade did backpacks become widely used and not just a novelty?
Oh.
As in, when did they become like popular and people actually started to use them for school and whatnot?
Oh.
What decade?
I'm gonna go with somewhere in the 1900s, maybe, or maybe early 2000s. I'm gonna go with 1980, maybe. No idea.
I did three so far. Okay, was DC Comics or Marvel created first?
I feel like I should know this. I like DC Comics better, but I'm gonna go with DC for that sole reason.
Okay.
I think DC.
When will our next leap year be? 2023, 2024, or 2025?
I just saw a TikTok about this.
Really?
Yes, and I don't remember. I think it's like it has to be divisible by like 400 and 100. I'm just gonna go with 34. I almost remember.
24?
Yeah, or what were they?
Yeah, 2024.
24.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 24. Let's go with
Okay,
24.
bet. Okay, last one. Yes, okay, last one. What is the name of Starbucks' tallest size?
Trenta. Yeah.
All right, let's review the answers. Have you gotten it, Trent?
No, never. I remember I tried ordering it one time and they're like, oh, sorry, we don't do like the refreshers and the Trenta or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that. Or
they
maybe
just
it
have
was
specific
something
drinks.
I had ordered. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go over the answers. So, name at least 4 types of berries. You said blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. That is correct. I already kind of went over the other one, so that's one right.
Nice.
When did the social media app Instagram first launch? You said 2008.
Yes.
The choices were 2008, 2010, or 2012. The answer is 2010.
Ah, dang it.
So
I guess that makes
close.
sense. That's probably right around.
I wonder when Facebook. I know Facebook came out earlier.
Yeah, probably like middle 2000.
2000. Yeah. And then was it MySpace before Facebook?
Yeah, I never had a MySpace. Did you?
I didn't either. We were like in elementary school. I don't know, or early junior high.
Yeah.
No, Instagram came out when we were 10. That's crazy.
I got my Instagram in junior high.
Okay.
I had Facebook first though.
I never had Facebook.
I don't anymore, but yeah.
I do now only because I joined for a certain reason, but I didn't have Facebook before. Anyways, according to NPR.org, what decade did backpacks become widely used and not just a novelty? What did you say?
1980s.
You got that right.
Did I really?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay.
No, you did awesome. That was a great guess.
Nice.
I wish I had more to say about this, but the funny thing is I think if I was asked this, I would have said way earlier because
Oh, really?
because I'm just like backpacks. I'm like, well, I guess when I think of a backpack, it is somewhat more modern.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what people used to carry their stuff in.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Neither do
satchels.
That was a total guess in the dark. If I'm
Well, that was
being honest.
good. Good job. Was DC Comics or Marvel created first? You guessed DC. One of them came out in 1934. The other came out in 1939.
Oh wow, 1934.
The one that came out in 1934, the answer is DC Comics. And you said that. Yeah, yes.
It's a DC.
Okay, good job.
I love DC.
Why do you like DC more than Marvel?
I don't know. I think it's because I love their shows, like The Flash, Arrow. I think that's the main reason.
Okay.
Like, I'm invested in those shows.
Do you have a favorite like superhero from DC?
Oh, The Flash. Yeah. Oh, I love that show.
Okay. I've never seen the show.
Yeah, oh, so good. So good.
Okay. When will our next leap year be? We had 2023, 2024, or 2025. You went with 2024. That is correct.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes. So
Kind of killing it.
So that I think they are every 4 years.
Yes, something like that.
I think so. So yeah, and you are killing it in this one. Good job. What is the name of Starbucks' tallest size? You answered Treinta. That is correct.
Nice.
Good job. That's a 30 ounce. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Good job. You got 5 out of 6. Okay?
That was pretty good.
So here's how we're looking up. So you're 7 for 12 right now.
Cool.
So I almost want to say this is exactly what Spencer was at.
Oh, really?
And then she got yes, it is exactly what Spencer was at. Because then she got the next 5 right, and she tied for the champion.
Oh, no way.
So
I'm coming for her, Spencer. I'm coming for you.
So that means you can either tie with them, or you can literally beat them all and get 13. You can get if you get all them right on the next round, you will be the only champion.
I'll try.
Okay.
I feel like I won't, but I'm gonna try my best.
Who knows? You might. All right. Dope. 7 for 12. Let's get the fire off.
That was a better round than the first one.
That was good.
There's some good questions.
All right. Dope. So let's touch on kind of your last point here.
Yeah.
And we did talk a little bit about it, but just the anxiety that came with it. Because from my end, like all the big like social media stars, it's like you don't see any of that. All you see is just the fun stuff that they post, the fun, cringy, entertaining, whatever stuff they post, and you're just like, man, I wish I had that. I feel like that's what a lot of people think, but like kind of being on that end of it, it's different. It's not like that.
Yeah, not at all. I like to think I was pretty open with my followers. I would post videos of like when I wasn't feeling good. Like sometimes I would post videos about it because like TikTok was my outlet, and there was always nice comments and stuff. But I ended up deleting them. But I like to think I was pretty open. But still, no one ever sees the whole picture. You know. Because no one wants to put themselves in that vulnerable of a state on social media.
Right.
And so yeah, I had to find ways to outlet that. And I think, like we said, music, listening to music, I really fell in love with music, like certain artists. And horrible for the aux. People never give me the aux. But I love my music. And
what kind of music? Can you go into that?
Oh, it's like the most basic pop music.
Okay.
I really, my Tate McRae, love her. I just saw her last week.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Love her. Madison Beer, Ariana Grande, like all the, the pop music. But it was very anxiety driven, or gaining that following. Still is. I mean, I'm still scared. I feel like I can't post everything I want to. But yeah, sorry, I forgot what the question was.
No, you're good. What did you when you were feeling anxious and when you were feeling anxious, what were you talked about music? What other things that you turned to kind of try to alleviate that?
Yeah, so I tried to really find new things because I think I was in like this process of discovering myself, and it was really fun. It was scary, but I turned to journaling. It was weird, but I tried to do journaling for like my overthinking, and it did help a lot. And I think I've kind of toned back on that now just because I don't have the time, but it does help a lot, and I highly recommend it to anyone. But I journal a lot, and I would also, I think journaling was my biggest one, honestly. Yeah.
Did it help you feel just like more calm and relaxed?
I think my hardest thing was putting words to my emotions. Was really hard. Still is kind of hard. I'm really big on communicating now because I think putting thoughts to your emotions has a lot of power to it. Because once you know what you're feeling, you can kind of address and tackle it in certain ways. And for me, it was overthinking and just all these feelings of like feeling lonely and like that I wasn't enough, or I don't know. And so when I was able to write it down and put words to it, that's when I was able to kind of face it head on.
Right. So I've tried journaling, and I will go for 5 or 6 nights, and then I will start to feel like I don't need to do it anymore.
Yes. So yeah. Sorry.
No. I was gonna ask, like, how do you relate to that too, or have you found a good balance of?
I do relate to that. I will sometimes be in like a journaling mood where I'll journal like every night for a week, and then I won't touch it for a month because I don't necessarily need to. Like I don't feel like there's anything or any emotions that I need to put down.
I think that's okay.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
think
point
that's
of
okay
it.
too. Yeah, you know, it's like up and down. It's like a roller coaster.
Right.
You know, some days you feel on top of the world, and other days you're like, I am not leaving my bedroom.
Right.
And I think it's important on those days where you don't want to leave your bedroom, you at least do something that like puts a smile on your face in some way, you know?
Right. We are jumping into our final round of Max's Sizzling questions. I think I mixed up the cards, so I just have to make sure I find the right ones. But Tyler is currently 7 for 12. We saw this in the last video, so Tyler needs to get all 6 correct to become the reigning champion, the only champion in the game. Or he can get 5 out of 6 and tie, or he can not do it and just be okay with that. It's all good.
Whatever happens.
Whatever happens, happens.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, here we go.
All right, I'm ready.
We are here. Okay. 6 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna make that one last. Okay, I already know these ones I think are tougher. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. How do you spell the letter H?
How do I spell the letter H?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How do I spell the
It is
letter
a
H?
mind-blowing question.
Is it a trick question?
So let me give you an example. No, it's not. So, K, the letter K is spelled K-A-Y.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're looking for H. How do you spell the letter H?
H-A. Maybe? I don't know.
All right. On average, are there more or less than 40,000 flights monitored by the FAA daily? More or less than 40,000.
Oh, there's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. I feel like.
Give me a person's name that starts with the letter Q.
Q. It can be anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Q. Quentin comes to mind, but I don't know Quentin.
No, that's a name. What year did the record-breaking hit Gangnam Style release their iconic music video?
This was such a specific time in our lives. I feel like this was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been like 8th or 9th grade, maybe 9th grade. So that would have been 2013, 12. 2000. I'm gonna go 2012.
Who was the first African American woman to travel space?
Oh no! To be honest, I have no idea. I'm so bad with names.
Okay, it's okay.
That's okay. No when you can't. No one to tell.
Okay, last question. Yeah. Is this? Oh, this one. Okay, I answered this in a previous question.
Oh.
So if you remember, you're gonna get this right.
Okay.
Is the Space Needle more or less than 700 feet tall?
Less.
Okay.
I think.
All right, let's review the answers here. Tyler's currently 7 for
gosh.
12. This is getting suspenseful.
One of those was rough. I didn't get all of them.
Okay. On average, are there more or less than 40,000 flights monitored by the FAA daily? You said more. You said it's gotta be more.
It's gotta be.
The answer is about 45,000.
Okay, good.
More. Correct. All right. Give me a person's name that starts with the letter Q. You said Quentin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a name.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. My mom, okay, I asked this to my mom. She said Qdoba.
Oh.
Qdoba, like the food
The
place?
restaurant?
So she got that wrong.
I haven't been to Qdoba in forever.
I went there before I went to Chipotle. Like, I
really?
first tried Qdoba before I tried Chipotle.
I think me too.
And now I only go to Chipotle.
Same.
Yeah. It's like I watched Parks and Rec before I watched The Office, and now I only watch The Office.
Crazy fact, I've never seen either of those shows. My brother's obsessed with The Office. He loves it.
And then Spencer loves Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. What year did the record-breaking hit Gangnam Style release their iconic music video? You first said 2013, and then you went to 2012.
Oh no, was my first guess right?
The answer is 2012.
Oh,
yes,
I got it right?
Sir. Yes.
Okay,
So
cool.
I remember it was 7th grade.
7th
I
grade,
remember
okay.
like literally this courtyard scene of Kenny Park Junior High. You went to Kenny Park?
I went to Leota.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just remember like being there, and it was such a memorable thing.
It was
because
big.
it was just so big for some reason.
Big.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
but good job, you got that right. How do you spell the letter H? You said H-A.
I guess that's more ha.
Yeah, I thought that too. So the spelling is A-I-T-C-H.
Oh.
A-I-T-C-H. Yes. Yeah, it's such a weird thing. H.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It's
tricky.
weird. It's a weird
I would have
thing.
never gotten that one.
Who was the first African American woman to travel to space? Mae Jemison.
I have talked about that in class before. I just suck with names, like, honestly.
I mean,
I should have known that one.
Is the Space Needle more or less than 700 feet tall? You said less. That is correct.
Yeah, it's like just under, right?
Yeah, 605 feet tall.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, you ended at 11 for 18. So you were one below. You did really good.
That's better than I thought.
The champ. And that's what I was saying. Like, everybody thinks they're going to do bad, but they end up doing good. Yeah. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But good job. So nice. 11 for 12. You're going to put your name on the... Together we have it all board over here.
So cute.
Let's get the fire off. So, Tyler, we're all done with Max Sizzling questions. The show's almost over.
Thank you for having me.
Is there any final thoughts any final advice or thoughts or anything you want to say to anybody who's watching?
I think to sum it up and tie a little bow on it, I think I would have to say, just be nice to yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Like, we're our own worst enemies, and I think it's important to catch yourself when you're talking, like, bad to yourself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, we all go to bed with our own brain, and it's like, you want to make that brain a nice place to be. Mm-hmm. And you're only doing yourself harm by not, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, you want to go to bed in the dark or whatever.
In the dark.
And be nice to yourself,
Right.
You want to make your brain a safe spot.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tyler, again for being on here.
Thank you for having me.
I always say this, but it's not easy being on here, and it's just weird with cameras and all that stuff.
I loved it.
I love you too. But thank you for being on here, and thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next Thursday. Woo. Have a good week, everybody.